So what we had been talking about was we were talking about Lil Bush, the awful cartoon from the end of the Bush years, and just the general cultural desert that was the early aughts. And it brought in mind something that someone showed me recently that, to me, it's such a fucking anachronistic thing. It feels like this should not exist in 2017. This belongs in the Bush era. And it all happened because when we were doing one of our live shows in Chicago, I pointed out that we don't have restaurants themed around jobs anymore. We did in the 90s, like the Models Restaurant or the ESPN Zone or Planet Hollywood, like those kind of things.
Yeah.
You know, we kind of just have these sort of bland chain restaurants or fast casual eateries now instead of those. And I said, where is the Troops restaurant? Because like the Troops are now sort of the most worshipped profession in America. And I said, how come we don't have a Troops restaurant? And shortly after that, I got a DM from a Twitter user named Struggling Uncle who said, dude, there is a Troops restaurant.
Oh.
It's called the Mission BBQ. And he sent me the link to their website, and I shit my pants because the first thing you see is the words 9/11. This is a barbecue restaurant. Let's keep that in mind. And so there's a little thing, and it says, "Hey, we've got shrimp," and then remember 9/11.
That is an NYC Guido tweet.
Happy birthday, 9/11, by the way.
By the way, 9/11. And so I looked at this website, and first thing that blew me away is how many of these fucking restaurants are. They are in like a dozen states.
What?
They're in New York. They're in Ohio, where I was living at the time.
Are they in New York City?
I don't think there's one in New York. Well, of course not.
Road trip.
There's not in New York City, but they're in like the real American parts of New York. Long Island, for example.
Oxycontin Valley.
Exactly. Wherever people are dying of fentanyl overdoses, there's a Mission BBQ.
Wherever the main industries are making fent tea and calling out fake people.
Yeah.
There's a Troop restaurant.
Yeah. So this place, there's tons of these. And I looked at the website and I was just blown away. So they have like what their new foods are, 9/11, and then they have these like stories of service on their website where it'll just be, this is Officer Kenneth Patterson. He was killed by a hip hop thug doing his job. And it's like, this is a restaurant, right? I'm supposed to eat the food. It's like, yeah, and remember the fallen.
Yeah.
So there's a part of their website called Our Story.
Do you tip based on their rank?
I think you do. Well, they do actually have a thing where they try to, and I guess this is, I mean, given how difficult it is to get a job after leaving the service, it is good. They have a preferential system for hiring veterans. So one way or another, you need to thank them for their service twice when you
the two different
are served by them. You have to be thank you for your service, and also thank you for the ribs.
Oh man, if you tip them, you can't tip them in cash. You have to give them a future airplane seat.
Yes. This is an IOU one exit row seat.
There you go.
You call them sir.
Yeah, there you go, buddy. You know what? Let's stop another 9/11. Have fun.
So one of the things on their website is a section called Our Story. And it says, Mission BBQ opened its doors for business on September 11th, 2011.
Oh my God. 2011?
Wow.
The day of Benghazi.
10-year anniversary.
It took me
day of Benghazi, too. Yes, that's true.
It's not a special anniversary. It just took me 10 years to figure out how to make garlic bread. Pretty complicated recipe, more than you'd think from the name.
No, but that is, as Brendan points out, that was the day of Benghazi. And I like to think that they actually had no plans for a restaurant until they found out about our heroes being left there by Bush or by Hillary and Obama, and then decided, God damn it, we're going to honor their sacrifice.
And they opened a restaurant within 24 hours.
Yeah. That is such a cocaine story. Every restaurant is open because someone did too much cocaine.
Yeah.
And then to add like the Benghazi connection, they were doing cocaine and being like, well, what the fuck? I always loved Ambassador Stevens. He was my favorite ambassador.
Vile Rat he was awesome, man. His moderation was so good.
Just doing the coke thing where you pretend you know someone who died. That's cocaine people's favorite thing to do is to pretend they know people died so they can cry about it. And then to open restaurants and record labels.
Furiously scrolling Google how to make an LLC like that afternoon.
Says, 10 years after our world changed forever, in some small way, we wanted to change it back. It's like, wow, 3,000 people died and we inaugurated 100 years of imperial war against a shadowy enemy and the steady erosion of civil and human rights. How can we take care of that? Let's talk Q.
Oh, what if they had like a Benghazi at their restaurant where it's just like they're stormed by high level Yelpers. They're voting us down. We need more reinforcements. We need more servers.
They only refilled my soda twice when I was at their restaurant. I was there for over 2 hours.
They've taken the soda fountain.
And it says, as the founders of Mission BBQ, we strive every day to remind everyone what makes our country, in capital letters, OC, our country, great. It's heroes.
Oh, okay.
Who are we? Two friends passionate about barbecue, patriotic for our country, capitalized, and who believe in running a business with meaning and purpose.
I'm sick of those people who are patriotic for other people's country.
Yeah, that's awful.
I'm a nationalist, but for Tobago.
Who are we? We believe there's nothing more American than barbecue.
Hard to argue.
Okay, man.
And nobody more American than the brave men and women who have sworn to protect and serve our communities, capital letters,
good,
and our country, capital letters.
Okay.
We do what we do for the love of our soldiers, firefighters, police officers, first responders.
Oh, God.
All our loved ones in service. So this is basically a combination troop restaurant, Blue Lives Matter.
I don't like how they're
Hashtag Blue
diluting.
Lives
They're
Matter.
diluting the troop brand with the firemen in there.
It's true. If I was a troop, because they are kind of snobby about that sometimes. Like, I'm the one fighting for your freedom. It's like, what? I'm rescuing.
Firemen
I didn't
don't
rescue
kill
fucking
anybody.
kittens. I didn't rescue any fucking nobody. Who was trying to shoot you when you were rescuing that kitten out of that tree, motherfucker?
The guy's dad in American History X.
From Boy Meets World.
Yeah.
Yes,
he got
that's
shot.
true. He got shot doing his job.
That's the funniest part of that movie. It's like,
it
wait, why?
Completely
What?
takes you out of it.
You just because that's such like a freerepublic.com thing of
Yeah.
someone being like, I'm a hip hop thug. I want to shoot a fireman for no reason. I lit that building on fire to sell more drugs.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
we're
sure-
gonna do the knockout game.
I'm sure it's happened.
probably.
It happened. It
At
used to happen
some
in like the
point-
60s.
Yeah.
Like there would be snipers who would shoot at people putting out fires during like the 60s, like the MLK riots.
It actually was
and
kind
stuff.
of genius though to cast the dad from Boy Meets World because he was so wholesome and
He was.
in that scene.
It would have been even funnier though if it had been Mr. Feeney.
that would be funny.
Racist Mr. Feeney. Why are you reading Richard Wright,
Mr. Matthews, I have
Mr. Matthews, I think
FBI
that,
crime stats in front of me.
I'm sure there are plenty of white people who've written books just as good as Mr. Wright has.
Why don't you challenge yourself and read Culture of Critique?
So this is the funniest thing in my mind because it's one of those things people say and there's 0% chance that it's true. We set across this great land from Texas to Kansas City, the Carolinas to St. Louis to discover the secrets of great barbecue. I know. No, you fucking didn't. You did not.
Probably not.
There was not some epic trek across the country going to barbecue restaurants.
It was
didn't
like
do
Lewis
that.
and Clark.
Yeah. So that's the restaurant. There's dozens of them across the country. Their menu items. And this is a little disappointing. They don't have like hilarious troop-based names.
Missed opportunity there.
They're just like sandwiches. Like because Toby Keith's I Love This Bar and Grill, which is I don't know how many of them are left because the one that was in Cincinnati when I was there and went there once closed, which made sense to me because it was one of the worst meals I've ever had in my life.
Obama closed it down.
Oh God, it was so fucking bad. If you have a chance to go to Toby Keith's I Love This Bar and Grill, go for it because you will be disgusted both like aesthetically and physically because we got like a big plate of nachos and they were like room temperature.
Oh.
It was horrible. There were these patriotic drinks that were like I don't know how they did it, but they had bands of colors, so they were red, white, and blue.
Oh, I bet
were
they tasted
slushy.
great.
It was like cough syrup. It was horrifying.
Ew.
It really was. It made Guy Fieri look like Daniel. What's his nuts? And Daniel Frohl. It was really disgusting. But the funniest thing is they had patriotic food night items like the American Soldier Burger,
Jeez.
which made me think that that's what it was made out of.
yeah, like that's not.
But
I
these
don't wanna eat a soldier.
these aren't like that, which is kind of sad.
Oh, there's some like good names you could do with those.
Yeah.
Like,
Haditha hash browns.
Oh, Haditha hash browns.
Yes.
Fallujah fries.
Fries, delicious.
There you go.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
This basically sounds like the gay Hooters menu.
Oh, is there something you can do with like blackened like fish and black water?
Yeah, blackwater fish.
Blackwater
that's good.
fish.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
How long? So this is still in business?
Oh yeah. They've been around for 6 years now. They're very popular. They're opening new ones apparently.
They outlasted Toby Keith.
Yeah,
outlived-
his places are closing everywhere.
Yeah.
So
It'd be kind of
Instead of a Mai Tai, you have a Mai Lai.
Nice.
well, it's Mi Lai, but that
That's
still
true.
is good.
But like we're stretching it to fit the drink.
So there was actually an article in the Washington Post in 2011 when they first launched about them because it grew very quickly. And the two guys, it says in the thing, we're two guys who love barbecue. Once again, bullshit. One of the guys is a former executive at Under Armour.
Hell yeah, dude, that is perfect brand synergy.
And the other was a former executive at Outback Steakhouse.
Okay.
Oh, this is like Andre's Steakhouse.
Yeah, and they talked about how in 2009 they like started messing around with barbecue ideas, which means they did not travel the country,
right.
lie,
Get your story straight.
get your story straight, and then they opened in 2011. And it really feels kind of cynical, I have to admit.
Yeah.
Because not only do these guys, they're just a couple assholes. It's not like they're my son died liberating Iraq or any of that.
Yeah.
But also a lot of these places are put next to military bases, like a lot of the early growth. So it's just somebody had the bright idea. It's like, well, if you put a restaurant next to the troops that says troops are a great restaurant,
Yeah.
the troops will probably go.
Wait, were these guys not even troops?
They're not troops.
No.
Right, because they would have told you
No,
for
it's
sure
a
if they
steak
were.
guy and a
Under Armour.
wicking Under Armour clothing guy who
That is-
decided to say, hey, troops, come and
That
troop it up.
sucks.
Troop it up.
That sucks so fucking
The
much.
Toby Keith thing was in a way more real because he is at least genuinely a patriotic shithead.
He is. And the best thing about, I don't know if they're all like this, but the one that I went to, the bar is shaped like a guitar.
The Toby.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, which was pretty cool.
Yeah. That's cool.
That's
Yeah.
fucking.
Why didn't the Saudis, keep his chains afloat and just buy the franchise and just turn it into a kebab chain, and he just continues to call it the fucking Troop Barbecue.
And it does really feel like a Bush era thing. That how did this take till 2011 for somebody to come up with?
Yep.
It kind of blows my mind. It kind of shows that the market is not the perfect mechanism that people say it is, because if it were, there would have been a place like that opened
Immediately.
It is shocking that there wasn't.
3 weeks after 9/11.
Oh, like and
Yeah.
like it would have stayed. It would have been the biggest chain in America. Like John Kerry would have gone there to announce his run
God,
for
yeah.
president. To be like,
Oh my
we also
God.
want the troops.
Whom amongst us does not enjoy a jalapenoed popper?
Isn't there a thing where John Kerry ordered like a burger with Swiss and people thought it was
No,
weird?
it was not burger. It was Philly cheesesteak.
Yeah.
You got Swiss cheese on a Philly cheesesteak, and everyone got incredibly pissed at it.
He's so cool. I was thinking about if people like used AAV with him like they do Hillary, and it's like, John Kerry's a bad bitch. He's slaying. He don't want none of you broke boys.
Well, you pointed this out yesterday, Felix, that like it'd be funny if John Kerry wrote a book after he lost that he was the most unfairly treated man in American history. But I mean, you thinking back, he was treated way worse than Hillary
treated
was
him
by
like
Bernie.
shit,
And,
yeah.
and like,
Oh God! People
the
like you
fucking
blew
Jets,
it, you fucking idiot!
the French
you big, stupid, stone-headed freak! Get the fuck out of here! Everyone hated him instantly. He had no defenders.
He
Yeah.
was so hapless. Do you remember the week after he lost, he announced some bill for like veterans and he cried during it? But the way they reported it was like, he also, before that, he said he wasn't going to run for president again. And they're like, John Kerry announces that he's not going to run for president
Weeps.
again and cries.
Oh,
and it's like,
God.
he can't.
Yeah.
Like, he's fine. He's a multi-millionaire
Yeah.
senator. Fucking
Well, I mean, one of the things to give him credit for is he got destroyed, and then he said, "I'm not running again."
And he wrote his book was about
He
like
did
the
not say,
environment.
"We'll see." He didn't go into the woods and then come out and be like, "Well, let's talk about everyone who betrayed me."
Yeah.
Hillary should have
Howard
done.
Dean, you motherfucker.
She should have written a book about the environment because she's been in the woods since she
So she could write like
retreated.
a new Sand County Almanac or something about
Yeah.
how to like eat grubs or something.
No, this is a moment, and we talked. Let's not go back into the Hillary book because we talked about it in the last preview.
Well, we
episode.
probably are going to have.
We're gonna have to go
talk about
back.
the actual
They'll
book.
make us.
I'm gonna write some more fake posts.
But I just was going to say this is a moment in which only in this year could that have really been a possible memoir to write.
Like Nixon, they stole it from him. Dead people in Chicago voted, and that's why he lost the presidency.
Yep.
And he didn't write a book.
And he never let it happen again.
Yeah.
Yeah, he made sure of it. He was actually a slave
Maybe
queen.
he could have done a bit of that in 2008 afterward, you know?
Nixon was 100% a slave queen. He was slaying fuckboys, serving looks, all that stuff. He was doing side eye.
Snatching wigs in Cambodia.
He was definitely doing
dude.
side eye.
Yeah, he was a thought. That's funny to imagine people running out of those words and they're like, they accidentally insult Hillary. They're like, Hillary's a fucking thought.
Yeah. Just going down the list.
Why is everyone mad at me?
Yeah.
But yeah, Bush era culture fucking ruled.